let me tell you about the Hawaiian wedding that was also a rave. Welcome friends, LostScarf here, and it's time for the vlog. It's going to be a quick one because it's midnight. I just had to tell this story now before I forgot all of it. So, today was a Hawaiian wedding, and a lot of things happened. I just wanted to tell this. Real quick as far as the channel goes, Fire Emblem, Three Kingdoms is coming, and Three Houses is coming, and it's amazing. Oh my god, that's going to be a very interesting LP. And, yeah, that's it. And then soon enough, Chrono Trigger's coming in a little bit after Mario Maker. There's a topic I want to talk about, and that'll be, after I tell this story. Won't be a very long vlog, because it's late, and oh my god. But, today was a Hawaiian wedding. My entire day was a Hawaiian wedding. This is the Hawaiian shirt I got. Everyone had to be dressed up in Hawaiian clothing. Very interesting. It's puka shells and all that stuff going on. And it was a Catholic wedding as well. It was a lot of things. That's why I'm telling the story, because this wedding was a lot of things. And this is way too close. This wedding was a lot of things. First thing was the Catholic wedding, which was also Hawaiian, because everyone's in these Hawaiian shirts during the wedding. It's weird. It's definitely weird. And it's been a long time since I've been in church, so there's a lot of rules to Catholicism in the church that I didn't remember how to do. There's a lot of just standing and sitting, bowing your head, having your hands together, standing and sitting, kneeling on occasion, standing and sitting, and also repeating what people want you to say. And it's kind of creepy in some ways, how that all works. Now, if you're a churchgoer, okay, I'm a Catholic, have not been very devout in a long time. Like, for me, it's Jesus is the dude, and that's as far as I go. I don't need to go to church every Sunday, for me, and if I'm burning in hell for that, well, then I'll see you there. So I'm in the Catholic church, and it's a very nice looking church and everything, and and it's like 90 minutes of just, not really sermon, but just things talking about how great God is, and Jesus is, and the union of a man and a woman and all that stuff, and how important marriage and all that stuff is, and it's very interesting and all, and just reinforcing all the Christ stuff and everything. What was interesting was they were first bringing up how there was just Adam, and then God wanted to give Adam a companion, so he gave him animals, and he's like, well, Adam's having fun with these animals, but he's not making a companion with any of them because, well, Adam's not a furry. So then he gives him Eve, and then he's complete. It's like, all right. And there was a lot of talking about how just becoming one and joining flesh after separating flesh. And like, this very, very interesting talk going on here. But, a lot of Catholic stuff. And then for the Catholics, there is eating the body of Christ and such. And I haven't done it in a long time. So, everyone's like, if you're Catholic, come up here and get the body of Christ. I'm like, all right, okay, cool. All right, I'm going up because my family's pushing me to go. I'm like, I didn't want to go because I haven't done this in a long time. They're like, no, you got to go. So I'm like, all right. So I walk up and like, everyone's like, amen and bowing, all that stuff. And you're supposed to put your hands out like this to ask for the body of Christ. I'm like, eh. He's like, are you Catholic? Yeah, it's just been a long time. He's like, and he puts it out. So I'm supposed to have my hands correct. I'm like, I don't know what the hell he's doing. So I just take it out of his hand, which gets reaction out of him, and then I eat it right in front of him. I'm getting more reactions out of the man, and apparently my cousins behind me see the whole thing, and they're just laughing their ass off. Which that's just great right there. Fun times at the Catholic Church. A lot of pictures, a lot of things with that, a lot of Hawaiian pictures, just everyone's dressed like this and everything. And then we go from there to the reception. And the reception is the most amazing series of errors possible. The food's supposed to be at 5, food doesn't get there until like 5:30, and because of that, the plan was to do like these lead-up things before, so they had to do lead things later. Everyone was getting hungry, and I put some pictures up. So, also there's the alcohol involved. So you got this giant punch bowl, Hawaiian punch going on right there, and then next to the Hawaiian punch, is a margarita dispenser. It's like the one where you just pull the tab and then it comes out for the drink and everything. Now, here's the here's multiple problems. One is my cousin's the best man for my uncle, and he's a drunk. So, when they made the mix for the margaritas, my cousin just put the entire bottle of Patron, the entire gigantic tub of Patron in there. That's one problem, because the margarita mix is really masking how strong this stuff is. Another problem is there's no ladle for the Hawaiian punch. They had a freaking, like, a spatula, which was, it basically, if you want to do it the dumb way, you need to pour like 15 times to fill a little cup kind of situation here. And the Hawaiian punch was for anyone who didn't want to drink, like the Disney drivers, and for the kids. Here's the problem is, that's this big old bowl, it's a pain in the ass to get the drink, and then you got this easy dispenser that looks like lemonade. Guess where the children were getting their drinks from? Guess how long it took to realize that? Yeah, that was not good. That was not good at all. All the kids were enjoying lemonade. Not good. Not good at all. Another amazing thing, by the way, with the punch was the realization no one made of just, we could just use a cup and use that one to fill up our cups with that. So nobody was really touching the punch. Mostly just me drinking the punch. Laced with margarita mix. Not margarita, with the margarita. So there's Patron, margarita mix, and all that, and then Hawaiian punch for me. That's what I was doing. And on occasion, Fireball. Dear God, Fireball. That stuff burns you. So it's a wedding and all that. Oh, it's talking about the food. So they did all that later on. Now, here's a dumb thing. So the food was there on trays and everything's all really hot and everything. And they didn't have any reheating for it. So because they had this long process and everything, by the time everyone finally got to the food, it was already cold. And there's no reheating for it, so everyone's just eating this cold, dry Hawaiian food, which is unfortunate, because we had huli huli chicken, we had the roasted pork, which you should have at a Hawaiian wedding, we had kalbi ribs, we had macaroni, we had pancit because Filipinos, white rice, and then there was salad, which nobody touched because we're Filipinos. Nobody eats a salad. Filipinos don't eat salads. There was lumpia, thankfully, and there was salt and pepper wings. If you know Filipino people, you know exactly what food you're going to get here. So it was Filipino food and Hawaiian food, basically, because, yeah, we're islanders. And unfortunately, it was just all cold and congealed and everything, and we still ate it, but it was just cold. It's unfortunate. The wedding cake was pretty awesome. It was just, so the wedding cake was just a white square. Oh, white triangle. Rectangle. I'm drunk. It's just a white rectangle. That's it. Boring as balls. You cut into it, and it's freaking amazing. So, it was a white cake with caramel in the middle. It was moist, by the way. And the reason why it's moist is because it also was encrusted with almonds and macadamians. And those nuts made it moist. So it was the most amazing cake I ever had, and I ate way too many pieces of it, and I'm going to get fatter. Oh my god. It was just really, really, really good. A lot of things typically at a wedding. There's a lot of dancing. 40 Filipinos in my family. So 40 Filipinos dancing the Macarena happened at a point. Also the electric slide. Just line dancing happened. Okay, so a lot of things happened. We did the Macarena. At a point it broke into line dancing, and at a point it broke into a freaking rave. I'm talking the lights and everything. Whole lot of glow sticks, glow bracelets, glow necklaces, all that stuff happened. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay. And it just broke out into a rave. And I somehow forgot that my cousin and her father, who's my uncle that's doing this in a weird order, my uncle who's having the wedding, it's his wedding, he goes to EDM, and so does his daughter. They go to EDM, so why am I not surprised? So it broke into a rave, and it was like that for a couple hours, and then it winds down, and then there was line dancing for a while, and it's just madness. So Catholic church, Hawaiian wedding, rave, and at some point also broke out into fireworks at the end of the night. Like, my family does things different. That's the only way I can put it. It's very random what happened. It's very random what happened. These things still work, by the way. These are still glowing. You just can't tell because the lights are on. But I'm done, so I'm taking these off. I had to put these. I put these on myself. You have no idea how much perseverance it takes to put these bracelets on yourself. Oh my god. I had 4 on each side, perfectly balanced as it should be. It was just an interesting time. It was an interesting time today. I would have rather, of course, been playing Fire Emblem, 3 Houses, but you need to spend time away from games. You need to spend time to disconnect and spend time with family. And you don't realize that until you get older, I suppose, because you're so busy within yourself and what you're doing that you just forget about other people. At least I feel like now, with how connected we are in this world, how connected we are to something, constantly on the phone, constantly on this or that, and it's just a thing that happens. And I recognized that maybe 1 or 2 weeks ago, because we've been doing the channel, like just into the channel, every day streaming, every day making content, every day doing something for like years. And I always hate going on vacations, but the realization recently is you actually need to take vacations, even if it's a thing you love, because you need time to take a break from things. You need time to not, what's the word here? Lose the trees for the forest for trees, whichever the way that one works. Because if you're just in it for too long, then you don't have time to, well, unpack and recognize how you could do things better. And so I'm realizing that, yeah, I need to spend more time away from making content and actually play games that aren't meant to be content, because I've always made games for content. Right now, my game that I've been playing that isn't for content is Apex, and I think that's fine. I did like making content with Apex, but I think it's fine that I'm not doing it anymore, especially because Season 2 is making me more ragey, and I'd like to not have content that's me being ragey, even though people enjoy that. Really happy with what we're doing right now with the channels, with the recordings and everything, and where we are. Yeah, so it's just very random. There's a lot of other things I can mention, but it's just minutia of it. Just craziness. Families are crazy, I suppose. For my uncle, it was a very good thing for him getting married. He had a pretty rough. His wife, he's only been with 2 women his entire life, my uncle. His first wife and now his second wife. His first wife, they met in high school, and they fell in love and everything. They got married and everything. And then she got diabetes, and she slowly wasted away. And eventually he lost her. I don't remember how much I've mentioned in the past. There's this period of time in the family tree where a bunch of people died. A bunch of people died in this succession. And for me, it was the biggest hit was at the start of it. For him, it was the biggest hit was at the end of it. Because my mother was the first death of this horrible succession of deaths. And his wife was the final death of this horrible succession of deaths. In the middle of it was other relatives, which unfortunately also includes his mother and father, my father's mother and father, my grandparents. They also died in this horrible succession of deaths. And so, for him, he lost his parents, and then he loses the love of his life. That's what happened to him. For my father, it was he lost the love of his life, and then he lost his parents. So these 2 brothers, they got both directions of that unfortunate situation. And so for my uncle, he loses his wife after losing all these other people that were important to him. And it was not, obviously, what is that going to do to you? And so he wasn't in a great place for a long time. He put everything he had into just taking care of his daughter. That's what happened there. And he spoiled her pretty rotten. He got her a freaking Mercedes for her 16th birthday. He could not afford a Mercedes. He took out a loan for that, and he money-wise was not doing too well because of that. He just wanted to make his daughter happy, but he spoiled her pretty bad with that. But that's around then. This many years later, I can't believe how long it's been. 7 years ago, he met his current wife for this Hawaiian wedding on Plenty of Fish. So people do meet on these dating apps, and they get married eventually. So he met her 7 years ago. So, yeah, damn. So good for him. He got married. My cousin was his best man, and my cousin just was a crying mess trying to do the best man speech and everything. Because with our family, we're all very close, and we know how hard it was for him. and how hard it's been for many of us in the family for different reasons with the deaths when they happen and such. And yeah, good for my uncle. He found another someone he loves and wants to be with. And so he's only been with 2 women his entire life, and both of them are his wives. So good for him. It just makes me think about my father, though. For my father, he's decided that my mom was it. That was it. And so he's never dated again since my mother. And that bothers me. It really does. Because, you know, what's going to happen with me and my sister, like, if we ever just have to go somewhere else away from my father? Well, there's no one there with him. But that's another thought for another time. So, ending this vlog, something I've been wanting to talk about for a while is self-improvement. Well, I talk about self-improvement a lot. But there's a difference between talking about it and actually doing it. And a thing that I've been wanting to do is just really want to get good at drawing. I've been drawing for about a year plus. And I know I've made progress, but I want to make more progress at it. And the thing about art is the best way to get better at it is to actually just keep working on it, to make practice at it. So what I want to do to self-improve is to take at least 30 minutes out of every day to draw. And we have a new Twitter for that. That's Scarf's Art on Twitter. Or Scarf's Arts. It's one or the other. You'll find it on my Twitter. And so I'm going to try to do that every day, at least 30 minutes of drawing, and just put the progress on there. That's what I'm doing for myself. And what I'm mentioning is I want to put this out to everyone else is the realization is what we do is we just go about life and do whatever, and we don't really think about improving ourselves. Like, well, we think about it, but we don't actually do it. We really don't. And I want to implore making some effort towards that, and maybe just 30 minutes towards that, or just whatever effort towards the thing you want to get better at. For me, right now, it's art, and then eventually it's going to be the violin and so on and so forth. And so I'm trying to improve, so why not, viewers also try to improve as well? I have been wondering how I can execute this better, and I still don't know how to execute it better, so I'm just going to put it out there, and that is, let's all try to improve together and try to support each other a bit on this. So I'm going to try to improve in art, and the way I'm going to do it is just 30 minutes every day at it. And to keep me honest is that Twitter. And I could also mention it every vlog if I'm keeping honest with that. And if anyone else wants to try to improve themselves as well, then let me know in the comments what you want to do to improve and how you're going to do it, and just make it baby steps. 30 minutes a day is baby steps. If I wanted to put more effort into it, maybe an hour. Like an hour a day is even better. But 30 minutes, I think, is something that I could definitely do, and I can't justify not doing, I feel. So that's what I'm doing there. And you can do baby steps yourself in whatever thing you want to do. Let's say you can also make it a simple goal. Just wanting to be able to exercise better or exercise more. My boss's brother, what he did for self-improvement is he wanted to just get a little bit just more actually doing exercise. So for him, it was he just did 10 push-ups a day. That doesn't sound like a lot, but push-ups can be some effort there. And did 10 push-ups a day, and then he started to get to the point where he's like he'll add a couple more. Like he added one every week, so it became 11, then 12, then 13, and 14, and 15. He's up to like 100 and something now. So he does 100 and something push-ups a day. That's good. That's not bad. You don't need to just keep adding it. You can eventually hit a point where like, okay, I'm good here. Now I can improve at something else. So that's something I want to push is like, let's improve ourselves in some way. Something more tangible than some other things. Something tangible would be 30 minutes a day of drawing. Would be, I want to do 50 push-ups a day. Or you could do the One Punch Man. You could do that. You're like, I want to do 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, and 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, and then like what, run a mile? I think that's what it is. I can't remember right now. But let's actually do something to improve ourselves. Me, it's going to be drawing, and if anyone wants to participate, say so in the comments what you're going to do, and let's see if we can stick with it and keep up with it. And that's everything. That is the vlog. There's got to be a better way I could execute it, just saying that, just us challenging ourselves to be better. But it is 12:30 at night. Maybe I'll say it better next time. But that is the vlog. Tonight, I had a very fun day. I hope you have a very fun week. Oh, and tomorrow I'm going to a night market in San Diego. Oh my god. So I'm going to be eating way too much food tomorrow. Oh my god, I should take pictures and put them up on Twitter. That's the vlog. I had fun. Hope you had fun watching. That's what's up, hasn't. Having fun. Links come by, and see you next time.